Oh, Uncle Stephen, this particular matter, you must address it today on my program, on my show. Because I have seen you with Daddy Freeze talking. I was asking Daddy Freeze, Baba, I know they too do wahala, but you are looking fresh and fine. Daddy Freeze just smiled. I said, me too, I got to run to where Daddy Freeze is connected, though. But sir, forget it, though. But you are Nigerian now.
I am, of course.
So how come? So how come you got $5 million to do business and to look for people to share? What is it about, Ganga?
So basically, we started our foundation 15 years ago. We usually do, we've send over 5,000 kids to school. That was what the foundation was about in the last 15 years.
You sent 5,000 kids to where?
Sponsored, we have
private school,
different, whatever school they do, we have an annual bursary program. So every year we do almost 1,000. Last year we did about 1,000 kids. But during COVID was when we started the one of grants for entrepreneurs. Right? I started my business 15 years ago, and again, it's not as if we have all the money to waste, but as we make some profit, we want to see how many other businesses can we support, because ultimately you can't die with this money. You have to still find a way.
Well, network should not disturb me. When I'm talking about money, we should not have network problem at all. Money, Sir, wait. I know that you support small businesses. You support people to school. We are talking about you doing income miri. In case you understand what miri can be defined and can be said as somebody that is doing things that are great and mighty in the eye of man and the eye of God. When we are talking about people that give to the society, now it has passed you buying minerals and buying noodles and buying biscuits, and snapping picture with 2 bags of rice and say you are giving out to the poor. Now you have taken it to another level. What brought about
so
this
during
thing?
COVID, we realized a lot of businesses just died. So and some of them were quite just starting up. So we started the grants. Then it was some of them 500,000, some 1 million naira, and so we continued that. But this year, 2023, we felt, why not structure it? We have a vision where our company is building 25,000 green and smart home in Nigeria. So it dawned on us that we're selling houses off plan. Why can't we just pick a portion of that profit and give it back to small businesses? These are also technically the category of our clientele. It's usually business owners, top professionals that still patronize us to buy land, to buy a house. So it's a form of program to really help startups. We're focusing more on businesses that are using technology to accelerate and to scale, as well as businesses that fits into the SDG goals. And so for us, that's
what is SDG? What is SDG goals? STG. I've been reading those. When I'm reading about your program on internet, I just see STG. Like, you don't just STG. I only want to. What is STG? Sorry.
Why you? So SDG is basically the UN started a program, basically for sustainable development across the globe, right? So these are businesses that are focused on how do we sustain the world, how do we make sure that the businesses we're running, issues of climate change, issues of equality, issues of supporting certain aspects of the world. So SDG goes.
Sir, you have answered me. The reason is that all of us believe that everybody on social media just know things, and I really want us to break it down. Because sometimes the people that we look down on are the ones that we invest in things. Go and check market women, the way they do their susu every month, every day. Some people every day are saving 100,000 every day as they are selling their saving. Some people take 10,000 and they are making money. Meanwhile, some people are very branded with good English to apply the power of savings. So, sir, now, talking about $5 million to be spread across to bless people in 5 years. How do you think you want to achieve this? Why focus on Nigeria?
No, at some
alone?
point we're going to go beyond Nigeria, but we're starting. So the year 2023, we're going to be giving 24 SMEs. In the year 2024, it's going to be 48. In the year 2025, it's going to be 120. So we're scaling it. So for the GTEx homes, decided that as we're selling housing units, we're increasing the numbers. So we have a goal. It's tied to the project we're doing. So it's more of you're doing a project, you are running a business, you are offering services, people are investing with you. Why not give it back into the system? Because for us, for example, we're doing real estate. If there's no peace in a land, right, your real estate business cannot grow because people will not even invest in it. And what is really causing war or instability, insecurity is hunger, is unemployment. So for us is to look at it strategically and say, if you support enough businesses, right? If, for example, we potentially, because somebody has done it before, the Tony Elumelu Foundation has done it, and he saw that for every person that got $5,000, they were able to employ about 10 people into their business.
$5,000 in Naira by my year. Very close to 6 point something.
Is it up to that? Maybe,
it depends on the changes.
I think it's a little, maybe almost 3 million or a bit above 3 million. You know.
So let's assume now your company is giving out 3.5 million to small businesses, small entrepreneurs. How are they going to borrow it? How are they going to tap into it?
How they can just go to StephenAkintayoFoundation.com. It's not a loan. Let me just type it.
www.stephenakintayo.com.
Let me type it. So .com. So you can just pin it. Stephen Akintayo Foundation.com. It's .com. So I've typed it. You can be pinning. So we have spread it into 12 sectors. Let me even, so we've spread into about 12 sectors. This month of January, we're giving 2 people, and it's in the agriculture sector, right? So every month.
Wait, let me write down so I can be telling everybody who is into agric this thing. We know you're waiting. So all right.
January is agriculture, and the application for that has closed already. We had over 1,000 applicants, so 2 will qualify for the grants, and it will be given on my birthday, which is January 28th. And so
and people have how the people
for the January already? One, yes, it was on my.
Let's target February. Who are we giving February?
Let me list the various categories. We have the manufacturers grants. We have the research and development grants. We have the grant for women, African women in business. We have the grant for green energy. We have the grant for waste management and environmental protection. We have the grant for mobile, for urban development grants. We have the youth artist grants. We have the climate change research grants, and then we have the sports grants, social inclusion and infrastructure for Africa. So those are the various categories that people can apply.
So your birthday is January
28th. Yeah. So the January.
So we that we are wishing you happy birthday. Are we having
no, they can apply for the other ones. That's what we're teaching here. If you go to the website, Akintayo Foundation, you will see all the remaining 11, even till December, and you can go and select whichever one fits the kind of business you're doing, and just apply.
But how do we know which one is which? For
the
February,
website. It's very detailed. It's on the website. So on the website you will see.
So
yes, you will see which one fits into what you do. Now, the modality is step 1, you apply on the website. Step 2, we will upload the first 50 ideas that we think make sense on the foundation Instagram page and my page as well. And for that, so people can engage. So the top 10 that we feel has a lot of engagement, people, love the concept, the ideas, the top 10 are now the ones that will come on Instagram. We're going to be doing an Instagram pitch. So it's a very, very transparent one. We're going to be doing an Instagram pitch where they will now be able to pitch, and out of that, we then pick 2 out of the finalist 10. So that's the modality for everyone.
Somebody have stated it out for us here. Diligent Entrepreneurship said waste management, mobile, urban, youth, sport, social inclusion, and infrastructural grants. So you've done so well for us. Thank you so much, Diligent Entrepreneurship. Please make sure you talk to me on my DM, Diligent. You also have a gift from Helen Paul. Thank you so much for listening it out.
Yes.
So I want to ask something, sir. You know so much about finances and how people can have freedom in, spending money once you are having it. Are you a coach? Are you a financial coach?
So one of the things I remember many years ago, because I was born from a very humble home. My mother was a civil servant, and my father's business had crumbled even before I was born. So we grew up really very poor. I remember growing up as a teenager, and I said to God, if you really bless me, I would teach people how to replicate my kind of success. So naturally, since I started business, even before it grew to what it is today, if I learned that I could do this business and I started, I'll come and teach. And so since I was on campus, I've been that way. Those who went to campus with me will tell you, right? So what I've always had to do is teach what I've used, what has worked for me, and that over time led to me writing books on businesses I've done that has worked. I've written 37 books. I'm not sure that 3 books on my birthday. Yeah. So, so I've had, Lola Sawyer, we went to school together. So,
Lola Sawyer, I'm sure she's very rich like you too.
So,
I'm listening, sir.
So we have always been that way. So that led to me, of course, I have over 1 million followers across all my social media platforms who have learned over time what I do, learning. So I do a lot of mentorship, coaching around how to build personal finance. At least, from my own experience, based on what I've done, I started a business with $10. And we've built, multi-million-dollar assets all over the world, so.
Wow. When we're talking about money, I noticed that you're always talking about $2, $5, $10. And you say you're from humble beginning. How come you're not talking naira? That is dollars. How did you start getting dollars?
So basically, a few years ago, we opened office in Dubai. Dubai became our international headquarters, US and UK. So I had over time, like 90% of my clients are in diaspora. So you have to kind of, communicate, understanding that you are trying to run a global engagement. So that's why the dollar.
Okay. All right. But how can we get to you if we want you to be our financial coach? How can one reach you? Is it that you want all of us to be going to website? Can we have one-on-one connection with a coach?
Well, so one of the things I've always said, and this is very important that people know, mentorship is never free. Anything of value comes with a cost. I run a business. And I've seen this over time. See people just chat you up. Please coach me. What you don't know is that you are just one of over hundreds of people almost every week requesting to be coached, right? And no, it's not that easy to leave one's business and then say, I'm doing coaching for everyone. So what we've done is to put together a structure that helps us to coach people at different levels. So you don't have any money for coaching. I've put together over 1,000 videos on YouTube on different aspects. How to make money from, name it, e-commerce, real estate, name it, forex, crypto, any basic, business opportunity. And you can go on my YouTube and watch that for free. Then we started the Stephen Akintayo Foundation. In fact, the top 50 applying for the grants will be having access to that. On Stephen Akintayo Foundation, you don't just have my courses. You have Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki, John Maxwell, because I had to host all these people. And their courses are also on that website and it's on the go. So you have, that, but that goes for 247, but we currently run a promo for $27 every month, but it's a monthly thing.
20 what dollars? 20, that's how much in naira, sir. Because people at home, my people are Nigerians. We want
in naira, that's
how much is that?
Probably 18,000 something, right?
To be financially free, to learn from you.
From the Stephen Akintayo University, yes. And it's on the go. You have all these courses, over, I think over 500 courses. And you even be able to write.
How can we see you on YouTube, sir? How can we see
YouTube
your
is just my name. If you just type Stephen Akintayo or Dr. S. Akintayo, Dr. S. Akintayo. No abbreviation, not in one word. Dr. S. Akintayo. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's free. On Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, we have a lot of content on different stuff. So if you're at that level, you can't even afford payment, or go for free. If you can afford a token, go to the Stephen Akintayo University, and then we do the group coaching. That then gets a bit higher. That's about $5,000. Then we have the one-on-one that's $20,000. So we have something for everybody at whatever category, at whatever level that you want mentorship. But what I'm doing for January, because my birthday month, is a coaching program where I'm going to be settling down, giving people principles that I'm using to build wealth year in, year out. I'm going to be sharing on multiple streams of income. I'm going to be sharing on personal strategies that you need to use to cut your budget. Because oftentimes, it's unfortunate that many people are not prepared for what is happening. E.g., everybody is downsizing, right? And you are not considering for what is coming in 2023. You as an individual, you're not doing anything to restructure your finances. It's at the end of the day when you hear, global recession has happened, everything has collapsed, then you start playing victim. But the rich are always preparing ahead of time for even trouble, for financial issue. They prepare the structure, right? And so we're going to be sharing about how you need to restructure in 2023, because things are going to happen. NASDAQ has been down for a whole week now, right? So 2023 is really going to be a very tough year. So as much as you want to have multiple streams of income, how do you also cut down on certain things? Because life is in phases, men are in sizes. You live your size part time. There was a time when I moved our business to Lagos, and I opened an office in Ikeja. Yet I was living in Songwater. I would take Molue from Songwater to Ikeja every morning. In fact, somebody once sent me an email. He said, "You call yourself CEO, business owner, top person. I saw you inside Molue. I just saw you inside Molue." But today, the same me that couldn't even afford to live in Ikeja, right? I live in Burj Khalifa, here in Dubai. In Nigeria, my family live in Banana Island. Yeah.
Burj Khalifa.
So life is indeed in phases. Men are in sizes. So my point is that there's a phase you want to cut back. You want to cut back. You want to say, I can't afford 2 cars. Maybe I will do 1. You want to say, at this phase, I want to, that's a phase. There will still be a time you will live so-called lavish. But at that point, it's not even lavish because it's something you could afford, right? At that point. But again, we're going to be sharing a lot around that. A lot of my students are going to come sharing testimonies about what they did, goal setting. I have a student of mine, his entire goal for last year was to do 100,000. So when he heard I set a $20 million goal for our Dubai office alone, he said it's going to restructure his own, and then set, I think he even set maybe $5 million. He ended up doing $10 million last year in his business. Yes,
The
he's going
boy.
to come live to share his story as well.
Where is he? Where is
Eh?
he? He should come, please.
You said?
Where is he?
No,
Let him come.
he's not here, but he's going to be at the webinar. So I'll put together a webinar. You can come for the webinar. No, but if they go to my Instagram, we did a show 2 days ago, myself and him, and they're going to watch him sharing his testimony. 2 days ago, they should check my Instagram page. It's there. So it's going to be live. So
when me, I'm making less than $200,000 a year, and I'm happy. As I want content in law, sir, please, before you accept anybody on my page, you have to accept me first. You have to coach me. I will pay. You have to coach me, sir, because I don't even know what to do. So I want to ask, this $5 million opportunity that you are using to support people in different industry, can I ask a question, sir? Are you giving to starters or people who have been in business before?
So our goal is for people who are still young, their businesses are still young. I mean, if your business is big, you don't need to be greedy, right? Those of us who are running, and this is one of the mistakes people make, right? People feel rich people have enough money, but it's a lie. We are the ones who need more money. I mean, Dangote is more indebted than anybody else. Because, there's so much business, there's so much he's doing. For example, we're starting 1,000 housing units in Nigeria. If I tell you how much
Akintayo on Instagram.
one word.
Yes. Akintayo. Stephen
Akintayo.
Yeah, please, not Akintayo. Akintayo on Instagram. Please follow him. I've been following. So when I said hello and you answered me, people just should have been low. I said, a rich man answered me because I'm a comedian that don't know anything. You answered me, but sir, now you mentioned something about young and upcoming people. When you give them that money, do you mentor them or do you just?
So that's another good thing, right? So for this program, we will be giving the opportunity to the Akintayo University, where they are going to be getting mentorship from me and several of these top successful people all over the world. And some of them will even get an opportunity to have an office space, right, to be able to operate, because we currently have about 7 office space in Nigeria, Lagos, Abuja, Asaba, Port Harcourt, and all that. So wherever your business is, we will even give you an opportunity to have an office space for free. So that cuts down on your cost, and as well as also be able to understudy how our own business is even operating. Some of the structure we've had to put in place, staffing, automation, and things like that. That's because some of the challenges of startups is even not just capital. It's the exposure, it's the experience, it's having that, somebody ahead of you that you can watch and watch what he's doing. One of the biggest secrets of my own business is the fact that I had to build great number of mentors around my life. I remember when I realized that I wasn't finding too many people to mentor me again in business in Nigeria in terms of the size of their own business versus where I was. So it was like a lot of the people that had started mentoring me, my business was already now bigger than theirs. And there were certain key issues that it was as if they couldn't give answers to. So I had to select Grant Cardone, who, as at that time, I think his business was $3 billion in real estate, and, I flew all the way from Nigeria, I went to meet him, and the rest is history. Out to the CVATs, Cosmos Maduka. I mean, sometimes I put out some of the clips of me sitting down, taking notes with these people as well, and just soaking things in. So I've realized over time, even in my own personal business, that the lack of mentorship, lack of coaching, lack of somebody many of us just pick ideas from people who don't have results. And I often say this, that It is people who don't have result that always love to give unsolicited advice the most. You know, and they want to even force the advice on you. And the advice will sound so sweet as if it makes sense. But Oga, you don't have results. And result terminates insult. And for me, until I made up.
Please, hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. You have dropped a chicken nugget that I want to shoot and hold you.
Yeah.
Please, sir.
It terminates
please. Result checking. Result terminates.
Result terminates insult.
Result terminates insult. Terminated. Oh my God. Oh, sir, where have you been? But now I want to address an issue, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity to bless people from the $5 million that you are using to bless Nigeria. But I want to ask a question. Why are you also into real estate big time? Because I saw your real estate. I saw it live. I've seen your buildings. They are all beautiful, big, and well. Why that kind of structure in Nigeria? One, why are you into that kind of business? Two, why Nigeria? When you stay.
So first of all, we do real estate not just in Nigeria. You know, we have hundreds of houses here in Dubai, and you know, so we do real estate in the US and in the UK as well. But Nigeria was where we started, and we started with land. We started with land banking. You know, because years ago I looked at it again. I wasn't from a rich home. One of the scriptures that I learned many years ago is that if you are not faithful in that which is another man's, who will give you your own? So I got an opportunity to start selling real estate for other bigger companies. I didn't have money to start mine, but as I was selling, I was getting commission. And gradually, when I started making a little money, what I could even do was to buy land in bushes. I remember some of the lands I bought for 250,000, 750,000. Some are going for 10 million naira today. And I started tying down 50 acre, 100 acre, you know, understanding that it was a long-term goal. You know, today, oftentimes we see people just talk anyhow. Behind that conversation of, I don't think this concept works. Don't mind them. They are just the same people. Which land? It's because you're thinking short-term. If there's a recession and property value crash, it's just for a few periods. It doesn't mean definitely property value doesn't make sense. And because sometimes we're not thinking long-term in our strategy, in our financial planning, when I started buying those land, I was still, at some point I didn't even have a car. When I even had a car, it was one jalopy car. I remember my friends would be mocking me. I said, oh God, this car don't suffer. If you come back to this world, it won't pass your place. But I knew.
But sir, I want to say something, sir. I have fallen victim before. There was a time I saved good money and I wanted to, you know, do something great. I bought a land. I even tried. I bought 1 acre. Now, by the time I tried as much as I could to just do, if I can try and do fence round, I discovered that the land has been sold to 4 of us. Yeah. At that point, how do you think that I won't trust anybody again? I won't want to do.
You are very correct, Helen Paul. The truth is this, and I've always said this to Africans. Our biggest problem is that we don't take risk. You see, the money you have in your bank account right now is a function of the risk you took yesterday. The whole concept of building wealth is risk-taking, right? It may work, it may not work. Moving to Dubai was a risk. I was targeting, you know, that Dubai was going to do Expo 2020. Let's move in. Let's expand real estate there. I hope it only for COVID to hit, right? Yeah. So, but thank God, the economy now even did well. But the fact that last year even did well doesn't mean 2023 will do well. It's the game we are playing. Business is about taking risk. We need to first of all make that clear to our people. In fact, I remember saying to somebody, I said, how come you've never seen an African go to the moon? We have not been taught the culture of risk-taking, of experiment.
The thing is that Africa, sir, it's not just Africa, even Nigeria. Why should I just think of going to the moon? You know, there's this saying that I admire so much. I say to people, Sergeant Sawale, Osonju Major Kusogun lo. Because a sergeant who comes back home will be the one to tell us the story of how the war was.
Then we should stop complaining about not being able to afford or live certain lifestyle, being able to be as wealthy as certain nations. Because your technology...
Sir, I disagree. Somebody like you, no, sir, somebody like you who knows how to take risk. I can be under you. You be my mentor. You are my coach. So I will give the money to whatever you say I should go and do, so that nobody work.
And you've answered number 2 solution to the challenge you mentioned. If you had had, you know, somebody guiding you, first of all, you wouldn't have bought that land from Omonile, right? You know, families and all of that. You will have also, even if you are going to buy from a real estate company, you will have bought from a very credible, very structured real estate company that have reputation to protect, right? And if you are done now, it will have been more expensive than if you had bought it from those family members. Let's be realistic. But penny wise, pound foolish, right? You're buying it from those real estate companies meant that at least you protected your asset. They will fence it out. Like all our estate now, there's none that we don't have at least 2 security men. You know, even if this.
But sir, that is my problem, sir. But like I said, then I didn't know people like you. I didn't know. I was also innocent.
Yes,
I was trying to be good. You know, I didn't know. So now, what I have learned now from this is having a right mentor, having the right people that will cut unnecessary risk away from you.
I tell people the best way to take calculated risk is to have a mentor. That's all. Right? Have a mentor in the business you're about to go into. I remember to buy a property in Sherman, Texas, Dallas. And I was sharing this with Grant Cardone. And he broke down the challenges I will face. He broke down how I will overcome it. He told me how some of these white guys were going to play games and what to do. But that was why I got the guy in the first place.
Sir, sorry, you are bringing good luck to me. Oh. You know, this morning you just called me and blessed me that Helen Kofele if in my script. You know, on this program, I've never interviewed people, and I'll still be making money again. Sir, you have good luck. You are my mentor, Monique Shore. Monique, don't use my mentor as your mentor. Sir, Monique is a gospel musician. She has been shouting, please.
I know her husband.
I don't want you to mentor Monique. Sir, you can mentor Brother Razak. It's my party. Don't mentor Monique because I'm in wealth competition with her. I want to be more wealthy. Sir. But another thing, sir, your real estate. How is it that you are doing it, managing the real estate on a big level? Royal Els, thank you so much. And at the same time, doing your charity work and you're balancing it so well. How do you do this?
Well, so I think it's all about, you know, structure. One of the things I've always said to people is, again, talking about risk. Why many people can't scale their business, they don't trust anybody. And they never invest in mentoring people. All through this week now, we've been doing retreats, a boot camp for our staff all over the world. Everybody connected virtually and just training myself, bringing different speakers and pouring. You know, if you really raise leaders, you will sleep well. You will relax. I'm as relaxed as anything because I've raised a lot of people who run our businesses all over the world. Even the Dubai one, it's just a choice to be here in Dubai because again we're trying to do some expansion. If I'm not here, there are people to run our Dubai businesses. So for scaling, I tell people, entrepreneurs, yes, it's risky. My hands have been burnt, but you just have to. I remember the first set of staff I sent to Dubai all expense paid trip. As he got back to Nigeria, he resigned. The second staff, you know, the following year I sent another staff to reward him for being the best staff. He resigned. The third year, guess what I did? I'm not kidding you. This is why I'm talking about this risk thing. The third year, I sent 50. Yay. And guess what? Most remained. Because at that point, it wasn't a big deal. You know, most people went. And that's when I now discover what was the problem. Because it was one person, when he comes back, he feels he's better than everybody else. Right? So, and so and it helps because if your staff are also very exposed, right? Even your clients will know. Today, when my client meets my staff, they know they are big boys and big girls in their rights. You can't talk to them anyhow. They're exposed to.
Sir, I want you to help me send my mommy, because I've been looking for how she will travel, and she will do well. Though she will be in welfare. That's on a lighter note, because we've been serious, and that's why I had to throw that joke, sir. But please look at it. We are talking about risk in business. You sent somebody out of the country to go and learn and come back to be to do well for the company. The person went and they did jackpot. Second one also went and did jackpot. Now let me now take it to music. There was this musician, that thing affected him until tomorrow. The musician is not popular again. The musician got an opportunity to be in America with his group members or his band members, and his band members plus him, 20 of them. It took everybody abroad. They didn't wait for the day of the show. He woke up, only him in the whole house, sir. Risk, Iburuku. So risk sometimes can be killing. I'm serious. He woke up. He just woke up and stretched.
Calculated risk. You should have hold everybody's passport. When we do those things, everybody's passport is with the leader, right? So
they took their passport, sir.
So they left without passport,
sir. That thing, they left everybody scattered in US without passport, sir. Can I let you know? Should I let you know the truth, sir? Till date, that musician is not doing well again. He had to be on stage. No group member, no band members. The people that brought in for the performance, they didn't add any sentiments. They felt, look, we've paid a very huge sum of money, so he couldn't do his full performance. And now, because people are quick to say, this one no rain again, that person no rain again, this person don't die, but they don't know what is happening to those people. Sometimes your risk can kill you and never let you wake up or stand up again.
My argument is the reason why the reason, yes,
mentor.
Exactly. The reason why such an artist failed, right, was because there was no mentor. Even for me, for example, I remember hearing Reverend Sam, even before my business grew. I remember we had a conference, and a man stood up and said, I constantly kept investing in my staff, and they will leave. I will invest, they will leave. I will invest, they will leave. Rev, what do I do? And Rev, so when I heard the advice Rev gave, when that was happening to me, I didn't give up, because somebody had told me it's normal, it happens, and that doing it wasn't bad. I remember a post I even made. One of my staff did something so painful to me. And I saw that post, and the post said to me, very powerful post. One is that you cannot change people by loving them harder, right? Another of that quote, it was about 6 quotes, but it just inspired me a lot. One of it said that it takes courage to love and not weakness. And so you should not feel, for such a man, he shouldn't feel bad. It was a courageous move. Because sometimes when we now resort into pity party, that's even what gets us, down. That's even when we then lose it. When my mentors was breaking down to me, Dr. Cosmos, how he invested in a guy, 200, and I'm not kidding you. This is, Dr. Cosmos alive. $200 million. You heard me. And
you call me? Sorry,
they don't talk. And this money, boom, gone. He stood in as a guarantor. He stood in because this guy is from his village, he's into oil and gas. The guy came to him, uncle, you know how people come, uncle, you are mine. And he was the director in charge of releasing loan for that bank. He owns shares, most of those banks, he owns a lot of shares in them, right? And then this guy came to the bank. Almost all the banks said no. So this one that he was a director, he had to stand in, give this guy, he will do well. The guy, funny enough, I think the first set of deal, he worked well. He was at which one, maybe the third one, boom. He said the oil was stolen because they were shipping, bringing oil into the country. And then he said the vessel disappeared. Maybe pirate took it or one thing. Right? The bank called him. True story. I said, yeah, guy, you signed up for this man. He said, when he told his wife, I said, which one? Now you collect money. Tell the bank your hand no day. He said, but he prayed about it and said, this is about my own integrity. And he told the bank, bring the document, I'm signing as the one that will pay the money back. Yes.
Like I said, I'm always saying something. I said experience is the best teacher for a fool who has mentors around him. Experience is the best teacher for somebody who has nobody, which is not possible. But experience is the best teacher for a fool who has people to mentor him. When you have people, you don't need to say, I want to experience. Do you understand? Just like we talk about Jesus. On the cross, he has carried all the problems. So why should I worry again? Sir, you are the kind of people I will recommend to everyone to follow. Please, my people, don't forget to follow him on Instagram, and you're free to send him a DM at Stephen Akintayo, on Instagram. Please follow him to get more information on how to be financially free. Then for YouTube, you can also search for him on YouTube. If you cannot take his classes, at Stephen Akintayo, check him on YouTube, Stephen Akintayo. But it's very important that you learn from his university. To be part of this, if you want to know more about his business and, of course, his foundation, do not forget to visit his site, www.stephenakintayofoundation.com. www.stephenakintayofoundation.com. I do not just endorse things. I do not. But the thing is that I have taken out my time to read, to study him, to see some of his works. And of course, he sure knows what he's doing. It's not everybody that have money that pierce nose, wear earring, draw tattoo. Some people can still decide to look themselves and of course lead you to the right path. It's not everybody who has pastor to their names that have information to your growth and to your well-being. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind hearts to the society. But some of other questions I have for you. What your webinars? How often do you do webinars?
Usually regular, but we've put together one for the new year on structuring your personal finance. It's going for $250, but I'm giving everybody on your show a code to be able to attend for free. Right? It will be holding on Sunday 15th of January. All right, and it's going to be Sunday 15th of January. So, and they can go sign up on the website. I'm posting the website now. They should use the coupon code birthday0. So if you can help me pin the link, www.stephenakintayo.com/personal finance. If you go there, it's still going to show you $250, but use the coupon code birthday0, right? And with that, you will be able to get to attend the event for free. So we'll take time. I'll be able to answer a lot of your questions. I'll be showing you some of investment opportunities in the year 2023. I'll show you how to diversify your investment. Have some of my mentees come share their story as well. And it promises to be a great time. But please note that the code has to be used today. It has to be used today, else it won't work.
Yes, sir. Okay, so if you want to be part of the webinar for free and get free opportunities for you to see a very fantastic coach, don't forget, we have it pinned on the screen, www.stephenakintayo.com/personal finance. Birthday
/personal finance. So then they should use the code birthday.
Okay, the code.
Yes,
the code will
you
be birthday
code
0. Oh.
yeah, birthday 0, and then that gives you. I've just if you maybe you use the latest
All right,
percent.
sir. I want to ask you another
Yeah.
last but not the least, sir. There is this man that is also running business in is my mentor, so and we are facing this challenge right now. He lives in the UK. He has a company in the US. He
Mm-hmm.
has a company in Nigeria. And he has different departments. Now, one of the HR was giving 6 months salary ahead for all the staff in one of the centers. And the HR did jackpot to Canada, left with everybody's money worth about 20
Wow.
something million naira. Now, the staffs are busy making noise, trying to disgrace this person on Facebook and everywhere. How will this man take care of it? What do you think he should do?
Well, it should come out. One of the biggest saving grace for me that has helped me against blackmail is I've had to learn to be transparent. There's nothing that is a big deal. Because and you need to know that once it's business, but sometimes people want to drag you as if you're a failure. That you even had a brain to start a business that could grow to that level. Oga, you don't try. So first thing is come out to the public and open up. I have a challenge. This happened. This was the challenge we faced. Let people know. That's the first step, because that will stop the blackmail that is ongoing. Of course, you also want to take it up legally, right? Whatever country the person ran to, there are ways you can write to to the embassy, to those nations over whatever the person has done. And I mean, the person should have had a next of kin. The person should have had guarantors, right? That should have been the guarantor for that HR or that particular staff, right? They can take up a case against.
They are doing
Good.
all of that already. But staffs are still shouting, "Kò
You.
sí ètò kan wá, pay
That's
us
why
our
he needs
money."
to come out and make it open. Right? This is what happened. And when I say come out, he should say it on his social media page beyond just what he sent to the staff. So that when I once had a client who went on social media, true story, and started posting that she bought a land from my company and there's no land, one story, and every day she was doing show. And you know what I told my team? I said, thank God they even did corner piece for our land. Her name was written. I said, go and do the video of the land and with her name that was showing and post it on her page. And then the video she did when we gave her the land. So they just did the video she did thanking the corner piece. We just post it on her page. We said one of our happy customer. So as she makes noise, people will go to her page only to see, they will get back, madam, but Ari, we saw your name was even written on the corner. But so before you start calling, pull down that video. Madam, what do you mean by pull down that video? You are the one that went.
You said you
Exactly.
didn't see
Exactly.
land. You
You are
didn't
the
see
one
anything.
going about making noise. We didn't even say we are defending. We just said one of our happy customer here was she.
We didn't mention your name. We just said you are happy.
So, and that killed the matter right there. So in this kind of situation, you want to issue a statement. You want to do something to say, here's my own position. Even if people are making noise, at least they, because sometimes we don't even know. I told somebody, I said, I think I have too much of a good name, right? A lot of money I spend on adverts to grow our business, to do this, I will get it for free on one day that somebody decides to be angry and decide to make noise. Because that day, massive traffic will come. And when people now start doing
Yes, because
when they
people
now
promote
start doing research,
negative.
the guy has written how many books, he has done this, he has Titi Wogon tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ pọ̀. And
Sir, I can help you bring up negative things, sir. You will love it. Just pay me. I will Elimpo date Kiniko Akintayo. Elimpo left husband Dubai to meet Akintayo. Do you know They will be, sir, just pay me. If I see 16 million, I'm okay. You don't understand. I will do it, sir. My husband too is in support. He's even watching us now. He's saying, yes, where to go. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much, sir. So back to the $5 million. So you have given us answers that the $5 million will be shared across to people in different industries. Now, you mentioned agriculture for January, and you said everybody should go to your website to see and know which one they are going to be qualified for. And we are giving out $5,000 each to one person or doing business. And if possible, we are going to mentor them. They will get office space for free so that they can grow and financially be free. So practically, you are teaching us financial freedom, how to be, to be people in life. And thank you so much for not forgetting your foundation, for doing it majorly in Nigeria. Thank you for the housing estates you are doing. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Then for the negative publicity you are looking for, I am the chief.
Don't bother. Don't bother. I'm just saying it's an afterthought. I'm not saying I'm looking for it. It's an afterthought.
Sir, do you have any advice for people in business that are still struggling and they might not get the opportunity you are giving?
Well, my advice is that you need to find a way to structure. In fact, this is the way I put it. My business didn't really grow to where it is today until I figured out a way, even though I was an entrepreneur, to make money outside that of my company. Because when your business is still a self-employment business, the challenge you face is that you are too busy trying to pay your student school fees, your house rent. There's so much you're trying to do, and you cannot think long term for the company, right? You cannot. So one of the things I had to do was, how do I make money from writing books about my experiences, my challenges in business? How do I make money from coaching, from speaking? How do I make money by some other investments that I can do on the side, aside my business? And when I did that, I got to a point where those other income could take care of my bills, my family, and I could now think long term for the company, think expansion, think something really great for the company. And I think this is where most entrepreneurs really struggle, because if you don't find a way to monetize your talent, monetize your experiences, create multiple streams of income. And when I say multiple streams of income, I'm not saying multiple businesses, but streams of income. Opportunities that generate money, passive income for you, even though you're a business owner, is one of those strategies you want to look into in the year 2023. So if anything even happened to your business, right, you and your family are not immediately affected, right, because you've built certain structures that guarantee consistent cash flow to take care of your family. So for me, that would be my advice to a lot of entrepreneurs, because not all of us can get grants, not all of us can, and some of us don't even need the grants, but we just need to restructure our personal finance in such a way that we are able to have multiple ways money is coming in. I tell people that the minimum sources of income you should have should be 4. Some of us have got into, some of us have 10, some have 15, some have even 20 sources. So at that point, you just know that you can never be poor again. And your brain begins to operate in a more creative way and in a more, sustainable way for expansion. So that would be my advice.
Thank you so much for this beautiful advice. I've also learned from it. And please don't forget that we do really appreciate you, we Nigerians, for all you're doing. Thank you for your mentorship to many people, and thank you for helping the younger ones. Please don't forget to follow him once again on www.stevenakintayo.com. He's always there for you. Then you can also follow him on YouTube to see free teachings, free learnings on YouTube. Just type Steven Akintayo or Dr. S. Akintayo. Thank you so much. Then if you want to be part of the webinar, you have an opportunity today to register. Some people said they've been registering. So please, once again, to get free participation, you have to register today. Now, according to Pigeon. www.stevenakintayo.com/personal finance is what you should go for. www.stevenakintayo.com/personal finance, and the passcode to register. The thing will ask you for code. The passcode is birthday 0 because his birthday is this month. Once again, happy birthday in advance, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for accepting my invite. God bless you.
Thank
sir.
you for having me. My regards to your husband, and have a wonderful